The final round of the Canadian Triple Crown Series had us at Walton Raceway for round 8, 250 Moto 1, and it is 73 of Noah Viney and 981 of Ryder Malinowski. Ryder says, I don't think so, Noah. Cuts off the line, takes the whole shot. Number 12, Sebastian Racine, an electrical problem, I'm told. Didn't make it past the first corner. He was out for a DNF in this one. Malinowski, the American, looking comfortable out front. The top three started to move out a little bit on Noah Viney. 148, that's Jaden Riley doing his first ever pro race. Number 6, Ryder McNabb was back in action, but he would only make it to the 9th lap before having a crash and would take him out. There he is, still in the race there at the time. He had Max Sanford behind him, who would finish 11th. Noah Viney in 4th right now, but he had number 54. That's Dylan Walsh, the New Zealander, closing in on him in a great 6th place ride for number 93, Cole Pranger. 7th for his debut. That's Jaden Riley, as I mentioned. Staying ahead there of Max Sanford. Getting past Malinowski. Sending him back into 3rd place. That is Dylan Rempel moving up. Showed all kinds of speed this week at the Transcan. Dylan Walsh would get around Noah Viney there. Take 4th. Put Noah back to 5th. 6th, as I said, Cole Pranger showing great speed here. Lots of laps here at the Walton track. 148. Looking great, but looking over his shoulder, no problems for the number 81 now of Preston Kilroy. 2nd to Rempel. 3rd, Malinowski. 4th, nice strong finish for Walsh. And 5th right there, Noah Viney. .450 Moto 1. Number 29, Phil Nicoletti over number 84, Tanner Ward. Let's see what they would do here. Phil obviously doing what he needs to do, followed by Pettis. And there is a great start from Dylan and Travis Byram making his debut. He would end up with a DNF in this one. 27 of Tanner Scott. He would claw his way up to 16th. End of lap 1 here. Dylan Wright would get out front. Jess Pettis would also get around Nicoletti. And there is 84, Tanner Ward, followed by Preston Masiangelo, who raced Ironman MX the day before. Number 28 going by. And there it is. Travis Byram is out after, I believe, 3rd lap perhaps. Out front, Dylan Wright. Everybody after the sword. No real points on the line for either of the two past champions. There we have Masiangelo starting to move up on Nicoletti. Tanner Ward gets by Nicoletti. We all wondered if there would have been some kind of a move to maybe knock Nicoletti out of this one to try to gain more points. Number 28 calling it a pro career after this one. He would end up 9th in this moto. Another strong finish for Noah Porter, Gage Stein, Josh Bose. There's Isaac Godano. And number 31, Gavin Bruff, really moving his way forward. Number 377, Daniel Elmo would have bike troubles on lap 12. There is Bruff moving up. Porter at number 14 of Quinn Amiot behind him. We had an electric Stark Varg out on the track. That's Tyler Rayner. He would end up 24 for 28th on the day. Nicoletti knowing what he has to do. Behind him, we were keeping an eye on this because Preston Masiangelo could help the Canadian Tanner Ward at the front, but it was not to be. Next thing you know, Dylan Wright had disappeared. He disappeared on lap 13, so he was out of another fuel issue for him. Tanner Ward there now running 2nd, 3rd to Nicoletti. Only a 2-point gain if they ended this way. There is how close Masiangelo was. Could help him a little bit. Getting himself up to 5th, 31 Gavin Bruff. Great ride for him. Quinn Amiot getting a few more passes, making his way up to 6th place in this one. Gage Stein would get 7th, but taking the win here and working his way towards a sword. Jess Pettis takes the win, 2nd to Tanner Ward. Takes a look to see where Nicoletti is, and there he is in 3rd place, doing all he needs to do to take this title. And right behind that close was Preston Masiangelo, and 5th place to Gavin Bruff. Final 250 moto of the season. This title already decided. Went to Preston Kilroy, clinched it at Deschambault. Number 24, though, Dylan Rempel really wants to make a statement. Second to Malinowski. Great start from Cole Pranger. He'd end up 12th in this one. At the end of the first lap, it was the same 3 riders out front. This time led by Dylan Rempel. Then the number 1 red plate of Preston Kilroy. Malinowski. There is Pranger, and there's Noah Viney chasing him down. Number 54, Dylan Walsh. He would end up 5th in this one. 35, Clayton Schmooky, end up 8th. And through the rollers as Noah Viney pressuring Malinowski. He had all the support of Ryan Hughes, none other than he would make that pass. And then Dylan Walsh would get by Pranger as well. Walsh would end up 5th in this one. The man on the move was the number 12 of Sebastian Racine, moving his way up all moto long. Murdoch having a nice battle with the rookie, 148. That's Jaden Riley again. He would end up 10th in this one, end up 7th overall, so a great start to his pro career. Malinowski 3-3 on the day. He had Walsh closing in, but he would run out of time to make this move. And we had Sebastian Racine making another pass. He's going to get by Noah Viney. Put him up there in 4th place. Viney would be 6th. Representing Team Canada, Sebastian Racine for the first time. He'd also get by Walsh, but taking the win, Dylan Rempel looking great out front. Wire to wire. 2nd to Kilroy. 3rd, Malinowski. 4th place to Sebastian Racine, and 5th to Dylan Walsh.
Yeah, 100%. This is why I'm out here, man. Just trying to get better. Just been doing a bunch of racing.
Preston Kilroy, everybody. Just down there lounging on the Red Bull KTM. Put your hands together for Dylan Rempel. All right, that feels good. We talked about it. You're like, I need to come back next Moto Hungary and put it to these boys.
Yeah, I did exactly what I wanted to do. I changed my start technique a bit, and then I was getting the whole shot and just sent it till I won.
You broke Walton Knott. I mean, you're a young guy, but end of the day, it's a tough track, isn't it? You got to be really on your game.
Yeah, it's a really rough track. I found a bunch of little lines in between the ruts and stuff, trying to stay out of the deep ones, and yeah, I felt pretty good out there, so I'm happy to end the season off first today, second in the championship.
Everybody, here is today's top 3 from Walton. Yeah! 250. Top 3 in the series overall. Starting in the middle, your national champion, Preston Kilroy. 2nd in the series, Dylan Rempel. And 3rd overall in the Canadian Pro Series, 250 Pro.
Phil Nicoletti went into this one with a 6-point lead over number 84, Tanner Ward. But just wait, because anything that could happen in this one sort of does. Pettis cuts out front, 2nd to Tanner Ward. Isaac Guadana with a great start there. Pettis out front. Nothing in this one for him, except for the Walton Sword. 3rd to Dylan Wright. There's Nicoletti, Guadano, Bose. 50 after his DNF in the first one. He would end up 5th in this one. That's Creighton Dillon. Good ride from him. And here it is, his swan song. Sam Gaynor. He would end up 10th overall on this day, 12th in this moto. Tanner Ward seemingly doing all he needs to do right now. He needed a bit of help, and it looked like it could come from Quinn Amiot and Daniel Elmore, but just hold on, because their story is certainly not done. Falling back, lap 2, he would fall down and have to do his work again. Move up, he would drop back a few places as Tanner Ward started to pressure Jess Pettis. Pettis said he thought it was Dylan right behind him. And there is Dylan trying to work his way back up again, having to get past Nicoletti. And now check out the shock again. Problem for Quinn Amiot, but he was going to keep riding. He didn't care until it actually caused problems with the electrical. And check out this hard crash, courtesy of the Triple Crown, folks. Man, with all the other stuff happening, this was the nail in the coffin. No chance for Tanner at this point now to win the title. There he is, still pushing through, though. He would end up 9th in this moto. So kudos to him for keeping going. And then, next thing you know, there is Dylan Wright pressuring Jess Pettis for the lead. And then And again, as I said, it doesn't really matter now, but there is Daniel Elmore right on the back wheel of Phil Nicoletti. Unfortunately, he would crash. Elmore, that is. There's Gage Stein. Josh Bose would keep moving his way forward, as would number 31, Gavin Bruff. Braden Dillon there. And then out front, Dylan Wright. He needed to make as much space as he could because he had a one gas stop plan in play for this moto. Fourth place, Phil Nicoletti. We're waiting for the sign that would call Dylan Wright into the pits for that gas stop. Riding great all season, but it was going to be all done for Tanner Ward. Jess Pettis now back out front because Dylan Wright had stopped in for gas. That put him back into second, but then he would actually disappear in this one. And now Phil Nicoletti, knowing that Tanner Ward is out, starts letting a few riders pass because it just didn't matter. In the end, number 1, Jess Pettis took it, and the Walton Sword as the king of Walton. Second to Josh Bose, fantastic ride for him. A third place for Gavin Bruff. Fourth to Phil Nicoletti in the championship. Fifth.
Phil Nicoletti has dropped the #1 place in Canada for the Walton Kawasaki Series. Already in, that is number 1.
All right, there's your race day overall. Your king of Walton.
That's right.
Oh, I can't believe
Filthy Phil gets him on!
Cameron's holding the bike.
Everyone put your hand together for Josh Bose, everyone. These guys are backstage, they're like, what place am I in? I want you to give this guy career best here at Walton. Put your hands together for Gavin Bruff, everyone. You gotta feel stoked right now.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You know, it sucks to see Dylan get out of the moto, Tanner crash out, but you know what, I'm gonna take it. It's not every day I'm gonna get a podium overall at a Pro National. It's crazy. I'm speechless.
He sat in the skid steer. I sat in the skid steer, talked to Phil on the phone. He was sitting at a table with his dad. We worked out a deal that way. He's old school. We brought him in. He's like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. We said, well, we'll just see where we're at when we get to Walton. We always want to be in the hunt when we turn in the laneway at Walton. We turn in the laneway in the hunt. And now, the 2025 Canadian National 450 champion is none other than Walton Kawasaki, Phil Nicoletti! Well, we had a couple moments this year where we're like, this is just going to be fun and we're going to do this. And then as we turned into Moncton, it was like, maybe we start locking down on this one.
It's hard. I've never experienced one of these. I came up shy in 19. 2020, Dylan rode superb, awesome in his rookie year. And to come back at 36, and the whole game was to play the long game, you know. Wait for the mistakes, wait for the incidents. I had a couple mistakes on my own in the beginning where I gave up a shit ton of points, and my team and I got really deep. After San Luis, we sat down after a second moto, and I was screaming and hollering and saying all sorts of bad words. And my mechanic, Steve Sims, is one of the greatest mechanics in the world, and he's, no offense, Brad, but he's one of the main reasons why I came back here. And I wish you people understood how much it means to work for one of these stupid pieces of plastic. It means a lot at 36 years old, and a championship's meant in the long game. We had the best bike, we had no DNFs. A few crashes that might have cost me a little bit, but no DNFs, so I'd just like to thank the whole Walton Kawasaki team. FXR, Milt and Andy are here for this. They've been behind me for many, many years. 16 on the Alpine Star, Carbon Max, greatest facility in the world. And Steve Sims, my father at 36, I'm a daddy's boy, you know. I called him 9 times today, tried freaking out a little bit. So at 36, I still need my pops, so thank you, Dad, and I'm happy for this. And thank you for the whole Walton crowd, and I want you guys to give me the bird back.
There's the biggest one right there. It's none other than MX101 FXR's Jess Pettis, everybody. Come on up here, JP. Hold that up. Get a photo. Give him a big round of applause. Okay, Jess, so a lot of people, this is actually a true thing. I've talked to a couple of guys, they're like, if my season's not going the way it is, I want to end Walton with a sword, and it kind of lifts you up and sets you in the right direction for next year.
Yeah, for sure. I've always been seeing that sword since I came here as an amateur on the 85s, and that was a dream one day, is to go home with a sword, and I've never done that, so Walton's always been a bit of a struggle, or I've just been a second place, third place guy every year I've come, so very grateful to bring that home. Obviously, it was a very challenging day. The track was super difficult and very rutted, and hot out here today. So it was difficult. Got a little gift there with Dylan, of course, but I'm just happy to put it in there and challenge him a little bit better. I didn't feel like I was 100%, but no excuses. We'll be back better, stronger next year. Unfortunate injury there mid-season and missing quite a few motos, but congratulations to Phil, Tanner, all these other boys out here. They deserve it. You got to be in it to win it. So we'll be back next year.
Tanner Ward. I know you never quit, and you didn't, and then you brought this thing down to the wire, and I think, when there's you're gonna look back at that, and it's gonna be rewarding, and if at the beginning of the year you're knowing this is where you're gonna be happy, so here we go.
Yeah, for sure. Bummer to end it that way. I really felt like I had that one, and just, unfortunately hit a hole leading into those rollers, and one of the hardest slams I've had in a long time, and trust me, that was not easy to get up for, but I knew I wanted to salvage at least second. Good job. Congrats to the whole Walton Kawasaki team. Obviously, I've spent a long time here, and you guys worked hard and deserve it. So, yeah, it's seriously, I'm proud of myself and my team, and yeah.
This is by far the best I've ever seen you ride, and that was an effort that you put in, and this has been an incredible year. You had the birth of your son, who's a beauty, and he's going to be dangerous on a dirt bike one day. You can already see that. And then the way you've elevated your riding, and that's a lot to be proud of, and where you finish in this series. I know this is a goal too, just to get up in this podium.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a hell of a year, and that today, my riding, it's what I do every day through the week. Just finally nice to see you do it on the weekend. And I was going for it that last moto, and if I would have tightened up and kind of rode like shit, I probably would have been really banging my head against the wall. So definitely can hang my hat on that. I gave it my all, and to get second, I've never even got top 3 in championships. So yeah, something to hang our hat on, and like I said, I'm super proud of the team. Everybody there has worked their ass off, and honestly, I got to give a big shout out to my mechanic. His wife went into labor last night, and he unfortunately couldn't be here with us today. Well, fortunately for him, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but no, I'm super happy for him and his wife and his family, and we'll get it next year when he's here.